Hey everyone, good evening. I'm about 36 minutes late. I'm so sorry. So, what I need to go back to doing is I need to go back to saving this on my calendar because when I did save it on my calendar, at least it would remind me that I was going to be going live in 30 minutes and to get ready. So, I apologize that I keep being late, but I do have a lot going on. So, before I get into the whole rigmarole, my name is Berjo, and I am the owner of Beely's Notary Services as well as the Notary Education Group. And we are supposed to come together every Sunday to discuss business and notary related topics and tips and just, um, have some live discussions, ask questions, get some answers. All right. So, as everyone should already know, I am in the process of moving. All right. So, we're doing a lot of packing and I'm tired and I'm still working. Okay, I'm trying to do as much work in my current area as I can so that once I get to my new area, I'll have, the carryover, right? So let me go ahead and pull up my topics of discussion for today. So, what we're going to be talking about is, it's not coming up. Hold on. Sheesh. Notary business records. All right. So we know as notary publics, we should all be keeping a journal. All right. And we should always keep records of every document that we put our stamp on. Okay. Not every document that's signed, but every document that we put our stamp on. We are documenting these notarized documents, okay, for every customer that we meet. But things that they don't tell you is in the process. Hey Stephanie, I know because I've been going live on Mondays, and yeah, so I wanted to go live today because I don't want to keep doing on Monday when I'm supposed to do it on Sunday. So hey girl, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, they don't tell you the essential records to keep track of what you're doing in your business. And this is super important because if you don't know how business is going, how are you going to keep it going? Okay? You need to know what's working and what's not working. All right? So here are just some suggested things that you should be tracking in your business. Okay. And this is something that I track. Okay. I have a bunch of different um, forms that I fill out and I record them online into my software. And I'm able to print out a report at the end of the month and at the end of the quarter because I need to know how business is going so that I can continue to make it grow as opposed to having it stagnant. All right. So, some of the things that you should be tracking is the number of notarizations of stamps that you are doing. Okay. You want to know how many stamps you're doing because that is something that you can claim at the end of the year. Okay. Let me see. Stephanie says she recorded mileage on Excel spreadsheet that I made last year. I need to update that, don't I? I need to update that spreadsheet. Stephanie, thanks for saying that. Um, other items that you want to keep track of is service specific appointments. All right, you need to know how many real estate signings you're completing, how many general notary work assignments that you're completing, how many I-9 verifications you're doing. If you're doing weddings, you want to know how many, because if this number fluctuates, you need to get to the bottom of why. Why is it fluctuating? What did I not do that I did the previous month and so forth? Let me see. Stephanie, I started tracking the number of stamps I do per transaction since this year began. Thanks to you. Good job, Stephanie. Yeah, and that's important to do because, like I said, at the end of the year, you want to definitely be able to give that number to your tax preparer. All right. Next, revenue earned per service. All right. You want to know how much are you making on each service because, truth be told, it's just like a restaurant, right? Now, I go to Chili's, okay, a lot because it's my kids' favorite restaurant. And they have changed their menu at least twice. And I'm like, why do y'all keep, every time we go, you guys are taking stuff off the menu that we liked. But the fact of the matter is, you don't want to keep a product or service that's not making you money. Okay. So if it's not making you money, you need to do away with it, or you need to figure out if you do want to continue to keep doing the service, how can you make it better? But you're not going to know how you're doing in the service if you're not keeping track. All right. So the revenue earned per service in total for the month, you need to know that. Okay. Like Stephanie said, miles driven and its significance for tax purposes. All right. So hold on. I have my clipboard back here. Uh, okay. So my mileage log, it has the date, where I travel from, where I travel to, the total miles, and the purpose of that travel. Okay. So I'm going to FedEx drop. I'm traveling back to my home office. I'm going to a notary appointment, going back to my home office, going to drop FedEx. Those are the purposes for the travel. Okay. And I keep that. I write it down because what I try to do is, and I don't do it regularly. I need to because sometimes I wait too long and it's a lot. But I try to record all of these reports that I'm writing on a weekly basis. No, it's the same one, Stephanie. That's the same mileage log I have in the library. The only difference is I have my information pre-populated. So I have um, my car and my business name and the year. I just have it pre-printed. I used Adobe to type it in, and then I print out a bunch of these and keep it. And the same thing with my notary stamp tracker. How many I did online, how many I did mobile each day. Okay. And I don't know what type of bookkeeping software you guys are using, but Zoho Books, they have it where I can make custom modules and I can input this information and then I can print out a report at the end of the month or end of the week, whichever I prefer, so that I can see what the total is. Yes, I think the stamp tracker is in the library. I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, I think I did put that in the library for you guys. And so I try to do this weekly, okay? Because um, thankfully and gratefully, I do a lot of notary work for the week. So I need to keep track of all of it. And I can't just sit here and do it and not know how I'm doing, right? I am not good with that, Stephanie. I am not good with writing the amount in my journal entry for the stamps. Um, yeah. So I just do it this way. And you know what? Quite honestly, I hate the reports. I honestly do. But I have not figured out a better way to make sure that I know how my business is running. So you guys know I'm a full-time notary. So me knowing how my business is doing is super important. All right. Because if my business is not doing good, that means that I'm not going to be able to pay the bills nor feed my family. You guys know I'm a mom, right? So all these reports that I'm showing you guys, I fill these out and I use these every day. And I try to record all the information off of these on a weekly basis. Sometimes I extend it out to 2 weeks and I'm hitting myself in the face when I do that because I'm like, why did I do that? I have 2 pages worth of stuff I have to record. Oh, dang. So, yep, Stephanie, you laughing. I'm serious. I hate doing those reports. And I wish that I had someone that I could trust to do the reports correctly for me, but I don't. Okay. I have my daughter doing my social media, and I can't trust her to do my reports because any wrong number will just have my reports all messed up. So I can only trust myself at this point to do them. All right. So another topic, analyzing your client base and repeat customers. Okay. You want to make sure that you are increasing your clientele. Okay. You want to make sure that you are having repeat business, guys. It is easy to get the customers. It really is because they are going to come to you because they need you. But it's harder to keep them. So make sure that you are, you know, giving them customer service, educating them. We don't want to give out any legal advice, right? But you want to make sure that they can trust you. You don't want to price gouge, and you want to be a person of resource for them. Okay, reliable resource that's trustworthy. That brings back customers every time. Okay, and repeat customers bring other customers. So super important. Okay, but you do want to analyze your client base. You want to. I have a report in my books, of course, but you want to know how many new customers. Exactly, Stephanie. Answer your phone and your text, guys. I can't stress that enough. Okay. People also, as much as they will spread good news, they spread bad news. So if somebody called you and they're like, oh, don't call her. I called the other day. She didn't answer the phone. So you can find another notary. Not good for business. Answer your phone. Even if you can't answer your phone. Remember, I did a video some months back showing you guys that I have a saved text message in my phone. Now, I don't have a service that will automatically send a text for me if I get a missed call. So I'll send the text if I see I had a missed call and I couldn't get it. I'll send the text right away. And most times they will call back or text. Sometimes they won't because they probably already found another notary. All right. But at least let them know that I saw the call. I just wasn't able to get it. Okay. And yeah, so like I was saying, analyzing your client base and repeat customers. In my bookkeeping, I'm able to see how many new customers I have for the month. And I'm also able to see how many repeat customers use me for the month. All right. Super important that we keep track and we know how that is going. All right. Now, let's jump on to goal setting and strategic planning. All right. You should always have a goal to work towards. Okay. I don't care if it's one goal, I don't care if it's five goals. You should always have a goal to work towards. And your goal, it cannot only be to make money. Okay. That can't be your goal. Okay. Your goal needs to be um, measurable. Okay. We need to be doing things that we know is going to be realistically possible to do. Okay, so you can make money. How much money you want to make? How many new customers do you want to get? Do you want to gain some new clients that's going to bring you more business? Okay, that's the question. And then how many? Because you can't just say, I want to get a new client for the month. How many? I don't know. I mean, just any no. You need to put a number to it. I want to gain one new direct client. I want to gain five new direct clients. I want to get some new reviews for the month. How many more? I don't know. I just any no, no. You got to put a number to it. You want to get five more reviews for the month. You want to get 10. You want to get 20. And you need to make sure that your short-term goals can be achieved by the end of the month. Me and a few notaries, we get together every month and we do business meetings that cover just that. Why do we do it when we can just do it on our own? You can do it on your own, that's fine. But some of us actually enjoy sharing and hearing what others are doing because it may be something that you never thought to do and maybe you want to do it. Or, you can give somebody else a tip to do something in their area that you're doing that they probably didn't think of to do. Let's see what Stephanie said here. Put a number to everything, write your goals and put it in an area where you can see it daily. Absolutely. Because how else are you going to work towards the goal? Like me going live with you guys, I stopped putting it on my calendar, and that's why I've been missing and coming late. So I need to start putting it back on my calendar because my calendar gives me the reminders. Okay. Now, how to conduct an effective end of month review. All right. Now, I have this in the library for you to print out. I think I shared a template in the group as well, but I'll tell you guys. So, what we do is we go over SMART goals. Okay. And SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time based. All right. So, the first question we like to talk about is what do I want to accomplish? Okay. Now, I'll go back to January because that's the first one I have here. I keep a binder of all of my business meetings that I do whether I'm doing it by myself or with the group, because I need to know how I'm doing. Okay. And I need to be able to look back and I compare month to month. So, anyway, January, I said that I want to make 200 to 400 daily. Okay. That's specific. And I wanted to attend 2 networking events for the month. I wanted to complete 10 remote online notary sessions. I wanted to reconcile my monthly account. And then I wanted to figure out a pay schedule for myself because that was when I went full time and I wanted to see how business would go so that I know what days of the month I would like to pay myself. Okay. So the other question is, how will I know when it is accomplished? Okay. The next question, how can the goal be accomplished? Okay. You got to think about that. Does this seem worthwhile? You don't want to make goals that are not going to be worth it for the success of your business. Okay, don't just be doing something to do something. You want to do something that's actually going to benefit the business. All right, and then when can I accomplish the goal? When always needs to be by the end of the month. Okay, now if you want to you want to challenge yourself and say by the end of the first week of the month, go ahead. But my um, accomplishment goal is usually at the end of the month. Okay, gives me some time. And then when we come back for the next meeting, we that's at the end of that month. We like to discuss whether or not we accomplished what we said we were going to accomplish. Okay, and if you didn't, hold yourself accountable. You know, own up to it. Why didn't you accomplish it? Because this happened, that happened, whatever. You know. Then I print out my report. How many um, site inspections did I do? How many online notarizations did I do? How many real estate signings did I do? How many VIN verifications did I do? So for this month, that month specifically, I did 24 closings for my first month going full time. Okay, not bad. I did 2 online notarizations, and I did. I'm trying to look for my mobile notary. It says 25, but that's just the notarization, the stamp. So it says 25 stamps for general notary. So that could have been 5 people, 4 people, 1 person, who knows, you know. But I have a report for it. Okay. And that's super important. Super important. All right. Tools and resources for tracking and analyzing business data. The only tools that I have to recommend to you guys is the reports that I have in the library. If you have accounting software that will help you do that, you can use that because, like I said, I use Zoho and I've created some custom modules for me to be able to do that. And Excel, you can always use Excel. Excel is super easy because you can just input the stuff in there. And then if you know how to use Excel, it's super easy to just tally up everything that you put. Okay, name each column, input the numbers for each column, and then tally it up, and bam, there's your number. You know, super easy to do. And you can even create um, bar graphs in there so you can see how you're doing, which is something that I wanted to add to that template that you're using, Stephanie. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But I have an accountant template. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have a referral code for you guys if you want. But the accounting spreadsheet that I have in the library, it I wanted to add a bar graph to it, you know, so that way you have a visual of how you're doing. You know, you did a little this month, but next month you did like this, you know, so that way you can keep track of how you're doing throughout the whole year. So it's super easy to do. And for those of you who a software is not in your budget at this time, Excel, use Excel. Input the different information. It's super easy to do. You can go on YouTube and watch videos on how to do all types of formulas and enter information into spreadsheets on Excel. It's definitely worth it, you know, for you guys to keep track of everything that you're doing in your business. Um, oh, that's it. That was all I had. I strongly agree with Stephanie with Zoho One. I have been with Zoho One since 2018. I've been using them because I used them in the very beginning of me being a business owner. Okay. And I haven't turned back. Another person that did the same business that I was doing at the time had said that they were using it, and I looked into it. At the time, it was a little cheaper than what it is now, but I don't care. My whole business is in Zoho. Everything I do is right in Zoho, so I'm going to continue to pay for them until the end of business. So do you guys have any questions for me? I did want to share my screen just so I can show you guys the custom module that I made in my accounting software. I think it'd be better if I showed you guys it. That way you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So let's go to my books here. And I want to share my screen for custom modules. All right, so share screen. And it's here. All right, so over here, I have custom modules, okay? I have expected taxes due, notary stamp taxes, and mileage report and RON platforms, okay? So let's go to mileage report. And this is what it looks like, okay? So I have my dates. When I was doing the tracking from odometer reading, I was filling this out, but when I got into the car accident, I couldn't use odometer reading anymore because my car was in the shop and I was using a rental car, so I couldn't go off of its odometer reading. So I went ahead and just started putting my miles here. All right. Oops. So I have to calculate what my trip was. Okay. So here I was going back to my home office. Business means I was going to the notary appointment. Then I came back. Then here, going to the notary appointment, went to FedEx after, then back to home office. Okay. So that's how I track that. And then I can export this here. Where is it? Um, Excellent. Okay. Here. I can export this and I can pick how I want it to be exported. Basically, I want to do Excel spreadsheet. Export this. Then I'm going to show you guys. Can you guys see it? Okay, I got to fix this. I want to share my entire screen. Hold on. Present, share screen. Oh, entire screen here. All right. Okay. So it exports to a spreadsheet like this, right? Just realizing to go back and put in my mileage for my FedEx drop off. Yes, Stephanie. Oh my goodness, girl. Yes, you do. Count all those miles. All right. So enable editing. Okay. So this is like a big thing because I have to, for some reason, it just doesn't do it as numbers. So I have to do this, right? But in any event, I'm able to, oh my goodness, it's all the way from January, guys. All right, this is the date, all the way from January. So let me go all the way down here. Okay. And let's just say I wanted to tally up what I did for these few days, right? All I got to do is do this. Okay, select those numbers and then select an empty space. Go up here and click auto sum. And it will tell me I drove 51 miles for those days that I had selected. Okay, so it's really easy to do with Excel. And if I wanted to just show this month, I can go to sort and filter, click filter. Where'd it go? Okay, let me select this first. Select what you want to filter. I'm sorry. Go to sort and filter, click filter. Get the message. Hold on. Did it do it? Oh God, I'm trying to. There we go. All right. So I select all these columns, and I really only care about this one, the date. So you see here, I can filter what month I want to show. So I'm going to unselect all, and I just want to show for July. Okay. Okay. And then this is July. This is how many miles I did for July, right? So I'm going to see how many miles did I drive in July. Oh, it's going to take me a little time. Just bear with me. It's not a whole lot because I've been very um, blessed with being able to do more online notary than in-person notary. So I don't do a whole lot of driving anymore. All right. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to just sum up what my driving was for the month of July. So I selected all of those, and I drove a total of 371 miles for the month of July. All right. And this is the report that I've been using in the custom modules of my bookkeeping. But you guys can just make a spreadsheet for yourself. All right. Your spreadsheet can look just like this. Okay. Where you're entering in the miles and the date and the to and the from and the purpose. And then you can just total out your column for the miles, and you'll have your total miles that you drove for the month. All right. So I'm going to close that. Nope, don't want to save it. And that's what that looks like. Okay. I also keep track of my Ron sessions because I do a lot of work on one notary. And then I have my notary stamps. Okay. Keep track of that as well. And I can export that. It will look just like the spreadsheet I just showed you guys. Okay. I even do expected taxes due because I need to know how much I got to pay in taxes. All right. So that's how important it is for you to keep track of all that is going on with your business. Okay. Not just the money, but what you're doing. You know, these are all the apps that I have access to with Zoho One, and that's why my whole business thrives through it. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So, yeah. So, if you guys have any questions, okay, you probably don't have any right now, but that's fine. But if you can come up with something later, or if you're watching the recording of this, please make sure that you drop the comments in the video. I will get a notification and I will respond. Other than that, thank you guys, Stephanie. I don't know who else was following along. I do see other people are watching. But Stephanie, thank you for um, being so engaging with me. You know, I enjoy that because I don't like to just come on here and talk to myself. All right. But I will see you guys again on. I won't see you guys on Sunday. I'm moving this weekend, so I'm probably going to be exhausted on Sunday. Okay, and then I have to get ready to be able to do my online notary for Monday. So I have to get my office together, and so it's probably going to be a lot going on. Maybe I'll pop on just to say hi and let you guys see my new office. I'm super excited. I have a room, my own room dedicated for my office. So I won't be having to use a partition in my living room anymore. I'll have an actual room with a door that I can close. So maybe I'll pop on here and I'll show you guys that, and then I'll just pop back off and then get back to unpacking. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will maybe pop in and see you guys on Sunday. If not, um, I will let you guys know. All right. So good night, everyone, and have a wonderful week. Bye.